So hello and welcome back to some Indian banknotes. So my name is Glenn and on this channel we talk about currency and how much you should be paying for it, or even if it's rare. But all these are pretty much common. With the Indian banknotes, what you need to look for is just, the usual with any other currency is the serial numbers. So these serial numbers are not for anything special, as well as any errors. So if you've got ones that are like folded over when they're printed, or maybe it's cut but miscut, like maybe the 5 is being cut through and it's a little bit cut over there and you've got the 5 on this side, and other types of errors, ink errors as well, but I don't have any errors with these banknotes. You can look up on the internet error banknotes. So the first banknote that we have here is the 5 rupees. And this is the Mahatma Gandhi series. So we've got Mahatma Gandhi. So his name's in Devanagari as well as English. And this is the 2002 to 2012 series. So quite a long series. And these banknotes are no longer issued. They don't issue a 5 rupees. It's just in a coin form now. And also the watermark is always Mahatma Gandhi. So we have the Ashoka column. So the 4 lions. Wheel of Dharma, and on the back we have just a simple plough, so mechanical plough, and we have the denomination in all the various languages spoken around India. And most of the languages in India are recognised languages, so they're used in government, which is pretty good. South Africa does that as well. Russia does it to a smaller degree. But most countries do not do that, even though they do recognise languages as having a right of being used. So 5 rupees. So what you should be paying for one of these is probably $1 or $2 in this condition. Uncirculated, probably $3 or $4. Then we have the 10 rupees. So why have I got these two? Because we have different imprints. This has got B and V. So I'm not too sure if any of these are rare. You do get R's and L's and all of that stuff. So the 10 rupees. And, one thing I didn't talk about before. Now, these ones do get longer as the denomination increases in value. So that's to help people who are illiterate, as well as people who are blind or have another visual impairment, like they can see but not fully, so it helps them distinguish between the banknotes. So that's a good thing. So most countries do that. Canada and the United States don't, which is a pity. UK does, the Euro does. And this serial number is almost good. So we have, they're not really that good, but if that 4 was an R1, that will be a collector's banknote. But anyway, if we look on the back, we have the animals that occur in lions. So we've got a tiger, elephant, and a rhino. So it's a one-horned rhino. I'm pretty sure that's nearly extinct. And you can see this one has a date, 2016. This one doesn't. So I believe that before 2008, they didn't have a date on it. It would vary also with the denomination. So this is a value or exchange rate value of about 20 cents. But if you want to buy one, in this condition, $2 to $3. Circulate probably 4 to 5. Okay, the next one we have is 2 consecutive series. So this is uncirculated 20 rupee banknotes. And as you can see, quite a nice banknote. And uncirculated, probably be paying $4 to $5 for each of these. If you get one circulated, obviously quite a lot less. And the 20 rupees, so I have to look these up because I can't remember what's actually printed on these banknotes. So this is still legal tender. You can still use this as currency, even though they're not issued because they changed over to a new series. Okay, so this one has Mount Harriet Lighthouse, Point Blair. So the lighthouse will be in the background there. And that's, yeah, they're quite basic banknotes, all pretty much similar. Okay, so here we have the 2/21. So I kept these two because one doesn't have the insert letter, the other one does. How about these two? Oh yeah, these two do have R's, and these have dates on them. 2015. This one is not dated, so you would need to refer to the actual signatures that are on the banknote. Okay, the next one we have is the 50 rupees. So I have two here. So one is writing on it, but I just kept them because one has L and the other one has no lettering. Omnion ring, so it's a security feature. And obviously a security thread, watermark. Then we have this 50. So the exchange rate for this is $1. But if you wanted to buy one in this condition, you know, $1 or $2, pretty well circulated, 2015. And here we have the Parliament of India with the flag. Yeah, I'd actually like to see that. Quite a nice, interesting architectural feature. And here we have some features or that you would find on probably Indian temples. Very interesting. Oh yeah, if you want to buy one in uncirculated, once again $4 to $5. But generally you won't get these below face value, which yeah is pretty normal. This is still legal tender, 2011. Then we have the 100 rupee. So back in 2016 when they demonetised the 501,000, this for a time was the highest banknote, but then they issued a 2,000 rupee banknote. So you had the 100 and then the 2,000 rupee. So the 2,000 was pretty much useless as currency because you had to give change all in these 100 rupee banknotes. But this one is still legal tender. It's on 2015 and it has the Himalayas. I think it's the Himalayas anyway. I need to look up. I use Numister for some information, but it's not that good for a lot of things. So this was first issued in 2005, last issued in 2018. So 2018, 16, 18 when they issued the new banknotes, depending on the denomination. And what we have here, yeah, Himalayan mountain range. So it has, it wouldn't have Mount Everest because that's on the Nepalese-Chinese border. Then we have the 500 rupees. So this banknote was issued, started in 1985. They didn't issue a banknote beforehand, but they did have the 1,000 rupees issued under the British. And this banknote has Mahatma Ghandi walking. So, and this is the Salt March. So it would be good if they actually put in print about what is described on the actual back of the banknote, because even people in India would look at these and go, oh, what's this? Might have learnt it in school, which they probably would have, but you know, as time goes by you forget. So I've got 210, 2014. So the exchange rate for this one is $10, although you can't exchange it because it's not legal tender anymore. Plus, because it's been out of circulation for, even if it was still legal tender, they changed over in 2018 roughly, you would not be able to change it because banks would just refuse it now because it's not a current banknote. So, if you're going to buy this one in this condition, yeah, I'll send them go for $5, but usually you buy them for like $10 to $15 in uncirculated. I wouldn't go over double face value, so $20. And the highest banknote that India did issue, the highest banknote is the 500 rupees now. So this is a 1,000 rupee They did issue previous denominations 75, 77, but they also demonetised that banknote in 1978. So this is not the first time India pretty much just done a withdrawal of the banknotes overnight. And people seem to forget this. This is why Indian rupees will probably not become a reserve currency because just the way it is run. And on the back, we have, this is the economy. So we've got modern economy, we've got old derrick, computer, satellite, blast furnace, and we've got a modern agricultural machinery. So this banknote has an exchange rate of $20, or at the time it did. But generally these sell for between 10 to 20 in this condition. If you want an uncirculated one, you're probably like 30 to 40, so I wouldn't go over double face value. These are, at least in Australia, not easy to get, and I believe that because of the value of this banknote, the majority of them have been exchanged. So of the billions that have been printed, most of them have been deposited back into banks. And here we have Reserve Bank of India emblem. So it's not a coat of arms because it doesn't have a shield on it. It's just an emblem. It's quite nice. Taken from when the British issued their coins in 1947. Anyway, I hope this helps you with Indian currency. Quite a nice series, and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you and goodbye.